Hey, comic book fans! Welcome back to another episode of Comic Book Geezers. I'm Wild Bill, your host. I'm sitting right over here with my buddy Pete.
What's up, everybody? Pete Pardo here. Thanks for watching another episode of Comic Book Geezers. We're going to take a look at another short-lived series from Marvel here. Today, it's all about the Human Torch.
Yes, the Human Torch. We got a John
Flamin' first issue.
Yes. This is a cover by John Romita and Joe Sennett. On the inside, you got Stan Lee and Larry Lieber doing the script, and inside it's Kirby Art and Dick Ayers?
Ayers, yeah.
Yeah, inks. And I'll get into it in a second. Not much. Again, short series, but the artwork is just great, you know.
So again, everybody knows who we have. All right, so let's get a little history.
So,
two Human Torch characters, right?
This is basically the first one.
Yeah.
This is the Human Torch was a character from the 1940s,
Yep.
and he was an android back then. And he was created by Professor Phineas T. Horton for scientific purposes, right? And let me move my stack over here. I got my cheat sheet over here.
And yeah, as, you know, he was a hero in World War II. Of course, fought with the invaders, right?
But the funny thing is, in the beginning, when he was invented, I guess the professor brought the torch, the robot, the android, to a press conference. And funny thing is, at the press conference, the android is exposed to oxygen and he bursts into flames.
Yeah, it's like poof.
And then the android, I guess, gets bent and he kind of rebels against his creator. But he's unaffected. The Human Torch he's unaffected by electricity or explosions. But if there's a powerful blast, it can knock him down. But he's impervious to electricity or explosions. And also water. Like, it's weird. Like, it depends. Like, sometimes they'll use water to extinguish his flame, and other times it doesn't do anything to him.
Yeah, yeah.
So which is it? It depends on the situation, how they write the story. Because, as you can see, like, I'll show you a little bit later, but there's sometimes water doesn't do anything to him, but other times it's like, when he's in the Fantastic Four, they do it like a time limit sometimes. Like, he's hot too long, he needs to cool down.
Yeah, I think
it's weird.
It's
I don't know.
weird.
And I haven't read these in a long time. I had this in my collection, like,
they treat both torches a little bit
20s.
different. So, you know, there's the original Human Torch, the android, then there's Johnny Storm in the Fantastic Four. And I've seen plenty of times over the years
where
water puts Johnny right out.
Yeah.
Look at all those battles with Namor and whatnot. He's got to be very careful where he fights the Submariner because of that.
I'm going to jump ahead. Well, maybe I shouldn't. But they did another series of the Human Torch in 1990. And in this one, I'll show you that he's getting hit with water and he's telling them it tickles.
Tickles? Hey, as long as the fire doesn't go out, it's fine if it tickles, right? But yeah.
Yeah. Now this one is Roy Thomas writer. This is like in the 90s. They were doing 4-part series with everybody, like, you know, the Vision, Scarlet Witch, the Falcon. Let's see, you got Rich Buckler.
Yep.
So, where's the water scene? Here you go.
There you go.
And it's not putting him out.
No.
He's making steam. And they're like, oh, did we hurt you?
Stop, please. It only tickled.
It only tickled. Really? Okay, that made my point. But yeah, even for 1990, good artwork on the torch.
They did a pretty good job on most of these little 4-part series that they did. Whether, you know...
I gotta go back to the first series.
Yeah. So again, a lot of reprint stories, right? Isn't that what some of these were?
Yeah, these are mostly old reprints of, what do you got right there? Reprint of
Strange Tales 102, yeah.
Which is by Lee, Lieber, and Kirby, and Ayers. Number 2, see? Great covers, I thought.
And then see here, Extra, A Timeless Tale of the Original Human Torch. So they also gave you some stuff from back from the 40s and whatnot, when it was, you know, Human Torch and Toro, the little team there.
And this one, Reprints of Strange Tales, was at 103?
103, yep.
So we're going in order. 102 was the previous issue. See, now we got the water problem. Yep. Doesn't look like it tickles now, huh?
No. Below half is all.
Look who's laughing. This guy. More water. Issue number 4.
Let me open up one of those while you go on to the
Go
next
ahead.
one. Just so you can
Number
see.
5, issue number 5. Towards dodging a missile on this cover. I got this one at a con for $1. Help complete the run. This is an 8-issue run, by the way. And years ago, I stopped collecting when I was 30. I stopped collecting in '94, so I only had 2 issues out of this 8-issue run. But this was the first one. This issue was the first one. I got this for $1, and then the second issue I got was number 1 for $1. But I got those back in the early '90s. These books. But I always loved this cover, man.
That's a classic, right?
And that's a great matchup. These two, you know.
So here in this issue here, which is number 4, this is originally in Strange Tales 104 with the Human Torch going up against Paste Pot Pete, otherwise known as the Trapster. So there you can see him in his original garb, right? Which is just totally ridiculous. Human Torch meets Paste Pot Pete. So and this is all Kirby artwork, so pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, you know, weirdly enough, and again, we'll talk about it in a second, but the Human Torch, the popularity was kind of at an all-time high, and here's also another reprint. So this is the original Torch from the 40s. So here you get reprints of both the original Torch and Johnny Storm character.
And we theorize, this is just a hypothesis, but the Human Torch was sometimes the guest star in Marvel Team Up when Spider-Man was not in it.
Yeah.
So sometimes, from the popularity of Marvel Team Up, we think that maybe the Human Torch got his own solo issue because they did one for The Thing, Marvel 2-in-1, which came out around the same time, maybe a little bit earlier. But they dropped the ball because all they were doing was putting reprints in these, and that's where I think it failed. Because let's face it, the Human Torch was popular because he was part of the most popular team, the Fantastic Four. He was showing up in Marvel Team Up a lot, and then they decided, well, let's give him his own book, but we'll start it off with all doing reprints. Well, they should have just let's bring all his teammates in for the last hurrah.
Yeah. So let's open up this one. What's this all about in here? So this is Strange Tales 108. So again, it's another reprint story. So basically, you know, Marvel kind of did the whole reprint thing to death, I think, for a while. They were just reprinting everything.
But such a short-lived series with just great covers, man. You know, like...
Yeah, and then, so the reason why this failed, obviously, is because they did decide to do all original material. And granted, I know it's like they're reprinting stuff from the early '60s, early mid '60s, in Strange Tales. The old Human Torch stuff is from the '40s. I get it. You know, in the mid 1970s, a lot of readers probably didn't get to read any of that stuff originally. But what they should have done is they should have mixed all new original stories in these with maybe a small reprint per issue or whatever, instead of doing reprint of Strange Tales and a reprint of Torch from the '40s. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. See, back in the '90s, I was buying books just for their covers.
Yeah.
And never getting around to reading them, and this is one set for sure. But these covers for the second series in 1990, you know, as I said, this is Roy Thomas is the writer. There was another Torch character named Toro.
Yeah, that was his sidekick. That was like his Bucky.
Oh, really?
Basically, yeah. It's like whatever. I don't know.
The Flash, right? For DC has Kid Flash.
Did they even do? Yeah, I got it right here. They never even did a reader's page for this. So obviously, there's no explanation here that this is the final issue.
Now in the second series, they're obviously using the older character because you got Hitler on the cover.
Yeah, so
that's the 1940s Flash.
But all new stories, right? So yeah, so that's kind of cool. That's what they should have done with this.
This is the last issue. So now his ally is his enemy.
So now he's fighting Toro. Is that what that is? Yeah.
Sure looks like it. So you have, again, I'm assuming that they don't have it listed on, but Rich Buckler did the covers and the inside on the others, so I'm assuming it's the same. But that's a great cover.
Yeah, Rich Buckler.
Right?
Yep. Roy Thomas. So, you know, that's a team right there, right? They've worked together quite a bit.
See, now you have books from the 1990s that don't have the old newspaper paper.
Yeah.
It's the magazine quality. It's a better grade of paper. So the times have changed by this point, 1990.
Yep. Yeah,
comics.
the stuff that we grew up on was drastically different now by the start of the 90s. Even start of the mid 80s.
Yeah, I was in my late 20s here when this came out.
That's pretty. That's
25
good. I mean,
years old.
Rich Buckler is a class act, right? Rich Buckler always does good stuff. So this still retains the kind of look.
It's got the look.
Yeah, it totally does.
It's good art.
Yeah,
you know, it just feels like a different feel. That page, you know, it just feels different, man.
It does. It does.
It doesn't have that smell.
No,
the comic book smell.
No. I know it's like the old paper smell, but there's something charming about that for all of us older guys who, you know, have been reading this stuff for ages.
The ads are a little bit more modernized.
Yeah, for sure.
We got video games now for advertisements. Let's see here. Always got to get a ba-ooh in there. But, get a little Captain America in there.
I see Godzilla there, right? Or is that some kind of dinosaur? It looks like Godzilla. What's he doing there? I don't remember the Torch ever messing around with Godzilla.
Well, it's the last issue. Might as well put as much as we can in there. Oh, an advertisement for the Dick Tracy movie.
Ah, yes, that's right. I forgot that was right at the beginning of the 90s. Yeah.
Warren Beatty.
Yep.
Right?
That's
Madonna.
pretty fun movie.
Al Pacino.
Yep.
Right, Dustin Hoffman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pacino and Hoffman are great in that.
Yeah. So the Human Torch. Again. Shit, we'll give you a little flashback of the old. This is how he looked in the old days.
Yeah, yeah.
Look how the Toro's like a little runt.
You could totally tell the comic book drawing style from the 40s, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, it looks like the old Flash or Batman comics.
That's what you needed to see.
Yeah.
Inside last page.
There you go.
Subscription page. But yeah, the Human Torch, another short-lived character. Repeats, but they did bring him back for a 4-part series in the 90s like they did with most everybody.
Yep.
So there you have it. Another little video on another Marvel character. Brought to you by Comic Book Geezers.
That's right. Human Torch. Classic character. Short series.
Yes. But anyway.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please hit that like button. And please comment as well. If you just say, hi, I'm here, I've watched, just place a comment. We love
that would be real hot.
Yes.
So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Well, thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.